All right. Good morning, everybody. I'm so glad you could join us. I'd like to go ahead and welcome Maurice to the team. For those of you who have may not met him, he is a new QFD. This is his business launch. And without further ado, I'd like to go ahead and also introduce Mr. Jason Thomas, who will be our host for today. So, for those of you who have not had the opportunity and distinct pleasure of meeting Jason Thomas yet, the one thing you're going to know about this guy is he's big on energy, lots of energy. He's very humble, but also just full of excitement when it comes to sharing information, and especially information that's going to help people. So take your pens and pads out. You don't want to miss this. Jason Thomas is about to give you a ride for your money. So without further ado, Mr. Thomas, are you on the line? There he is.
What is going on, everybody? How you doing, Nico? I appreciate that wonderful introduction. My name is Jason Thomas here on behalf of let me get my phone over here. Maurice, Niqua, and the entire Extra Digit family and our Legacy family. So, hey, I'm gonna get right into it. I appreciate that introduction. I appreciate everything you do for this organization. I know this is a little early for some, not for me. I already did a couple of things this morning, but I'm so happy to have everybody that is on this morning. So we would definitely make sure we're not wasting your time because the information that we're going to be sharing today is amazing. I think we have some feedback there, but that's all right. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen, and we'll get started. Hey, so like Shaniqua said, my name is Jason Thomas, Executive Area Director with MWR Financial, native of Dallas, Texas. I don't watch football too often, but I do know I still support my Cowboys. So I don't care what you think about it. I love the team. Born and raised. Joined the U.S. Army in 2003, right out of high school. Yes, I've been in for quite some time. Married for 11 years on one source of income, my own with the government. And I have six children, ages actually 6 to 18 now. And I have my oldest who will have a birthday at the end of the month. I crossed over to the cohort at 2018. That was just over 2 years ago. For those that don't know, that's the Warrant Officer Association. So that basically means me and Nick will have another layer of friendship and kinship within the military itself. But what I didn't understand was why I was still living paycheck to paycheck. Yeah, I was still living paycheck to paycheck as a warrant officer, which for those that don't know, it means you're supposed to be making more money. But I couldn't figure it out because I just basically didn't understand the finance game. So after joining MWR just over almost a year ago, I was able to reposition myself, and I understand now what income shifting is all about. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So understand this, ladies and gentlemen. This is not hype, fluff, puff, or anything like that. What we're talking about today has truly been life changing, not only for me, but many of the people that's on the call. And hopefully at the end of this presentation, you will see how this fits with your lifestyle. Because bottom line, everybody on this call can get wealthy with their own money. Yep, I said it right. Everyone on this webinar, on this call, however, what kind of platform you looking at me from with my eyeballs open, and on this beautiful Monday morning, you can get wealthy with your own money. You are the best investment for yourself. But the problem is there's four roadblocks that we all have to face. Taxes. Taxes are your largest expense, ladies and gentlemen. You have to understand this. See, taxes come off the top. If you never paid attention to your check, before you even get paid on the 1st, the 15th, or however often you get paid, the government gets the money first. Yes, they do. I call them the four thieves: federal, state, FICA, and social. I say again, federal, state, FICA, and social. These are these little demons that come in, they eat up your check before you even get it. Before the ink even runs dry on however much you get paid, they go ahead and take their portion up to a tune of 33%. So I want you to put it like this. Let's talk numbers because I love hearing about numbers, and I think numbers make things a whole lot understandable and relatable. See, 33% of your income over a 12-month period, that's like working from January to April for the government. That's like going to work every day from January, February, March, and April, working just to pay taxes. Now, I don't know too many people on the line that would like to go to work from 4 months straight, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and still come to work come May through the rest of the year, knowing that your first 4 months of the year was not, it didn't help you out at all. So that's what I want you to understand. 4 months you working for free. 4 months is being paid towards your taxes. And not only that, if the government is taking the taxes off the top, guess who's taking the money off the bottom? The banks, through a tune called debt. See, debt is your second largest expense, and the banks through interest come in off the bottom and take another third of your check. See, the banks, we think the banks are working for us. We try to figure out who's got the best interest rates. None of them. I said it, none of them. Which bank has the best interest rates that we can invest our money? I want you to think of the banks as another business, another organization, an entity designed to get more of your money. Because really, the banks and the government work hand in hand. They work hand in foot. They work hand in hand, foot to mouth, however you want to say it. They're working together to get your money. Because look at it. If the government is taking off the top, the banks are looking at your credit score and saying, oh, we could charge this person this much in interest. I want you to think about this, Niqua. When was the last time you actually looked at your accounts that you have with whatever bank you have? When's the last time you actually looked at it? You don't have to come off mute. You don't have to say that. But when's the last time anybody on this line has looked at how much the banks are actually paying them on the money that they are putting in those banks? Now, if you gave me $50, $100, $10,000, $1,000,000, you say, hey, I need you to do something with this money. And I came back and I gave you $1 off that $10. Or if I gave you, let's do a better number. If you gave me 100,000 and I just gave you $20 back, and that's how much interest or the rate of return I gave, you'd be looking at me kind of funny. Like, that's all you was able to get? The banks are worse than that. You're talking about 0.01% on most savings account. We looked at it the other day. Bank of America, yeah, I called them out. Bank of America, you have to have at least $1.2 million sitting in the bank for 12 months straight just to get 0.2%. No, I didn't say 2%. I said 0.2%. 0.2%. I don't know too many people walking around with $1.2 million or whatever million at the end of it to put away just to get 0.2%. See, most of us don't think about that. See, the stuff we're talking about today is not taught in schools. It's shared across wealthy dinner tables, but most of us just don't know about it. And it's the rules of the wealthy. See, they understand taxes. They understand debt. They understand that student loans are here to stay, meaning we teach and we've been promoting education. Education is great. School is great. I'm not knocking it. But understand this, when your college graduate graduates with that bachelor's, with that master's, with that PhD, they walk away with a diploma and they also walk away with more student debt. See, that's the side that people don't talk about when we're talking about student loans and getting their education. See, if I'm going to school for 4 years and I'm putting away $100,000 that I don't have, and I'm racking up student loans, no matter how many scholarships I get, when I go out to this job that I went and got all this education for, I'm not making the money that they said I was going to be making. Oh, I'm going to have this 6-figure job. Now, when you first get out, you're going to start from the bottom. So you might want to look at 3 to 5 figures for the first 10 years, And if you're really good, you may cut that in half by 5 years. But guess what? Guess what's still lagging behind you? All that student debt. See, the Congress was great. They allowed you to waive your paying mortgage fees and bills and things of that nature associated with your college education and student loans. That's great. But what they couldn't do was stop the interest from accumulating. So while we don't have to pay the principal, the banks are like, oh, go ahead, because that interest rate is still going up. The interest rate is still what's going to keep you in debt longer. Then we have to deal with big business. Every single month, there's a major holiday coming out to take your money. See, big business is those entities that are designed to figure out ways. They pour billions of dollars into figuring out ways to get more money out of our pockets. See, we don't have to just focus on the government and the banks. We got to deal with all these different industries. See, it's a $1 trillion industry that goes around and they find out, scientifically proven, how to get more money out of our pockets with smells, with colors, with sights. Whenever you think about food, or you go look at the major food corporations, think about they main colors: red, yellow. Red, yellow. McDonald's, Burger King, my favorite, but I'm not gonna name it. And the list goes on and on. Most marketing agencies use colors like blue and yellow to get you to see them off of billboards. Walmart, Best Buy. I mean, the list goes on and on. You got to understand that everybody in this capitalistic society is designed and trying to get more of your money. See, we don't want you to be afraid of capitalism, because out of all the lisms and isms, the best one is capitalism, because it says basically get your money however you want to get it. Allow yourself to be in a position to capitalize rather than being capitalized on. See, and then after you deal with big business, we have one of the biggest trends and changes in our economic society right now, and that's inflation. Inflation is the cost of goods and services rising, but your paycheck staying the same. See, if I'm paying $5 or $4 at the pump versus $2 and $3 at the pump at the gas station now than I was before, that lets me know that something is going on, specifically with the oil, and it's in that field is called inflation. See, when I go to the grocery store and I see prices go up, they go up slowly. See, that's the thing. Most of us don't ever pay attention to this stuff because the government, the banks, and big business, they're smart. They're smart. They do it in small increments so you don't see it. See, they tax us throughout the year so they don't see that they at the end of the year we've paid over $7,000 in taxes. We've paid over $20,000 in taxes. I'm only going to take out $200 a month, $100 a month, $300 a month. Some people even seen $600 a month to $800. You ain't got to tell anybody. But they take it out in increments. When the banks, they charge you interest, they charge you every day. So it looks like small little pieces. So $5 a day, that adds up to $150 a month. $20 a day in interest, that adds up to $600 a month. You never see it because most of us don't even pay attention to it. And then you have inflation slowly rising. Every year, the military gives out a 1% to 2% increase on our job. Most civilians probably receive something of that nature too. But if inflation is going up by 1% and you're trying to raise my paycheck up by 1%, that's just a breaking even. You could have kept that. You could have kept both of them where they was at. I don't need to pay more for goods and services, and I don't need that pay raises. Both of them are just going up at the same time. Give me my money and give me my pay raise and keep everything goods and services the same. But hey, there's a solution, because we know in our economic structure, everything changes. But right now, your number one solution is really something you already have. You're just not using it yet. That's your social security number and your home. See, as a home-based business owner, you now are able to tackle the 4 roadblocks completely through tax advantages. You're able to hire your kids, and you're able to get more of your tax dollars. So instead of getting $600 coming out through them 4 demons, how about we lower that and put more of that money back into your paycheck? That way you can pay off your debt, your loans, your credit card bills a whole lot quicker. See, when you have more of your own money to play with and to do with, you can do more. But if the entities are constantly taking it away, well, I mean, if I have more outgo, yeah, I don't use correct grammar all the time. I like to have if I have more outgo sources pulling out of my check than I have income, then that's a problem. See, in today's economy, you have to have multiple streams of income because you have multiple streams of outgo. See, think about it. You got rent coming out or your mortgage. You have cell phone bills. You have all these different entities pulling money out of one source. I want you to look at your bank account as a basket. And you got all these hands. Say, I have 6 kids. I can do this illustration really well. And you got one basket and it's full, right? But you have all these different hands pulling out different items of your basket. very quickly you're going to see that your basket is empty. That's most people's bank account, depending on the job. See, if I only have one source of income, my job, then that means everything must rely on that one basket, that one job, that one entity. And during this pandemic, most of us lost that job. That basket is gone. So what is actually putting and funding the things that are going into that basket if everything is taken away and then, oh, by the way, I don't even have a basket to put it in? See, you got to understand that having a home-based business puts you in a predicament to where you have multiple streams of income. You actually have unlimited income because you determine how much you make in your company. See, in our organization, we get paid daily, weekly, and monthly. Yeah, even in quarterly. It's amazing because there's no cap on how much we can make. See, I tell myself, hey, I'm going to work and I'm going to do this business, and that determines how much I get paid. See, in the military, at a certain point, I can only make so much. I can only make so much. You can only make so much on your job. You tell your boss, you walk into the to your office tomorrow, and you say, "Hey, I want a raise. I need a raise right now. Things are just not looking good, and I need a." They're gonna look at you like one or two things gonna happen. You either not gonna get that raise, or they're gonna give you a different answer to what you expected. Because every business owner understands that they control how much they make. Every business owner that owns a franchise understands they have certain expenses that they have to meet, so they can only pay their employees a certain dollar amount, no matter how much you think you're worth or how much you've been with that company. So I like the fact that I can leave a legacy and I can take control of my life by having more time freedom. This is important to understand. So that is our home-based business. That's what it's able to do. And you got to understand the way the tax laws are designed. It's designed for the haves and the have-nots. Believe it or not, that's not the rich and the poor. It's not. It's the W-2 employee and the 1099 business owner. See, these are two different tax codes. You want to be on the right. See, on the right, the government gave away loans like the PPP and a lot of grants during this pandemic. Most employees, they only got $600 to $2,000. Whereas if you was a business owner and you had a business, you were given over $100 billion throughout the entire, our whole nation was given over $100 billion. Now, each business owner was able to get a piece of that. Understand that. IRA contributions, you're looking at maximum as a business owner, you can take out up to $16,500. Whereas an employee, you can only maximize that at $7,000 and hope that your employer basically matches it. So you got to understand that one. That one's huge because as an employee, with the 401ks now being the main thing and having an IRA or such, you are more responsible for taking care of your future lifestyle than ever before. See, back in the day, they had pensions, and this is where most employers provided income for their long-standing employees who finally retired. That's long gone. Businesses understood they was losing a lot of money because if I'm paying Shaniqua $50,000, $60,000 a year until she dies after she stopped working, what is she doing for me now? See, the good boy system was that, hey, I appreciate all the hard work, the long hours that you poured into our company. Now let's take care of you. Now it's like, you need to put more money into your 401k because once you leave our company, we have no other obligations for you. And that's facts. So most Americans today are not maximizing their IRA. They're not putting that $7,000 in because it comes out of their paycheck. If I'm already living paycheck to paycheck or paycheck behind paycheck and I have to contribute to my future lifestyle, but I can't even meet up with my current lifestyle, I'm not finna be putting $7,000 into that. I don't have time for that. And that's most Americans. But if they had a business, the income and the profits they make with the business now can pour over to an IRA, and now they can even get the tax deductions of putting $16,000 up to $16,500 back into their own household. See, as a business owner, you pay taxes last, so you have more of your money up front to invest in, to get out of debt, and to do whatever you like. But as an employee, your taxes come off the top. You pay the government first. See, most of us like to say we get paid on Friday or we get paid on the first. No, you don't. Stop lying. Stop it. You know who gets paid first? The government, the banks, and big business. Because look, on the first, that's when all the bills get paid. On the first, before the first even hit, or before you even get your paycheck, like I said, the government has already taken that money out. See, you got to understand how this system works. And it's not designed to make sure that we all are in the best state. It's not. But I guarantee you, if you focus on your home-based business, you'll be in a whole lot better position. See, you got to understand, a car without an engine can't drive, and the economy without business can't thrive. They need business owners. I want you to understand this. And this, most of the stuff I just said, you probably like, I've never heard this before. This is new to me. But I want you to understand this. The 2019 W4 form, and back in 2005, the government has already been telling us this. So I'm going to go to the middle. I want you to focus on the middle of your screen right now. And more than 80% of Americans have been overpaying the government. How do I know that? Because it says more than 101 million taxpayers got refunds back in 2005. When you overpay the government, that's how you get your refund. See, most of us have been taught that a refund is good, but nobody ever tells you that if you're overpaying something and you get into a refund at the end of the year, that's not what you want to do. It's not. If you go out to eat tonight and you overpay on any part of your meal, your meal is supposed to be $20. Waitress comes out and say that'll be $30. You be like, hold up, I didn't add no gratuity to that yet. What you talking about $30? No, you want the $20 bill, and then you allow yourself to put in the extra gratuity, right? If they add in an extra drink and you never received that drink and you never ordered it, you're gonna say, hey, I need to take that drink off. Now, whether it's a mimosa to my girl Niqua or whether it's a Sprite, it's still an extra added addition to your meal. And that's not what you asked for. So why is it that we do it with taxes? Every month we overpay in taxes. If you're getting a refund, you're overpaying in taxes. That's basically what I'm saying. Because that's what a refund is. And here's a sad thing about that. A refund is an interest-free loan. Now, we did a money example earlier. But if I'm giving you $100 every month, I expect you to do something with that money. I like to have my money on assignment. I don't need you just putting it in the ground and saying, hey, I was holding it on for you. No, you need to go get some friends. If I'm giving you 20s, the 20s need to bring back some 20s. If I'm giving you hundreds, I want to see some hundreds coming back. And I'm going to even claim, if I'm giving you thousands, you better bring me back some millions. You know what I'm saying? You have to have your money on assignment. You can't do that working a 9-to-5 because your 9-to-5 is not designed to make you wealthy. Your 9-to-5 is designed to help your business, your boss, make a lot of money. See, we don't think about that. We think we're getting over by going on this 9-to-5, but really your boss is saying, hey, why are you doing that 9-to-5 down there? I'm controlling your hours. I'm controlling when you get to go home. I'm controlling your sick days. I'm controlling all of that, and I'm paying you pennies on the dollar that I'm making. See, that's the difference. See, our jobs fund their legacies. We have to position ourselves to make our job pay for our business and cover our business until our business basically becomes our lifestyle, so much so that we're able to get off the job. See, that's the difference. But I digress. I digress. Going back to this. See, the government tells us that if you're overpaying in taxes, at this time, that was like a tune of $40 a week. You're just paying too much. Even Uncle Sam says putting the money in any type of savings account versus overpaying the government, it'll help you pay off your debt faster. And it might be a better option for you. See, it all starts with Form W4. On the left side, if you look at the highlight, it says complete Form W4 so that your employer can withhold the correct federal income tax from your pay. Consider doing this each year and when your personal or financial situation changes. So if you've had children, if you've gotten a promotion, if you've started a new job, they're telling you every time this happens, you should change and reevaluate your Form W4. If you've never done that or never even seen it, then it's okay. Let's fix that today, because this is what it looks like. This is the full form W-4, and then this is the actual part that makes sense. Now look, this is a 2019 version. We already have a 2021, and a 22 is actually coming out, and it looks a lot different. But I want you to understand this: the rules of exemptions are now over. It's now talking about a dollar amount. But for this particular exercise, I want you to focus on what I'm saying. I want you to look at A, B, C, D, and E. And I want you to look at yourself and say, where do you fit? See, if you were always taught put single file at 0, I want you to understand that right off the bat, the government says put a 1 for yourself. That was the wrong information. See, most of us were taught, hey, put single file at 0 because you don't want to owe the government and you want to get a huge refund. It was good for then, but it's definitely not the way you need to understand money today. For B and C, it says if you're married filing jointly, or if you're a head of household, put 1. But here's what and then D, it also says it's asking about your marriage filing status. But based on A through D, you're going to have probably 3 or 2 already. So you got to understand that. Well, maybe you were taught you should put 1 for every head in your household. Good advice, not necessarily great. See, it says in E, or as an echo, if your total income will be less than 71,000 or less than 103 if you're married, put 4 for each child. And if you have income 71,000 to 179 single, or 103,000 to 340 for married, put 2. See, only if you're making over 200,000 or 300,000 will you put 1 for every child. So you got to understand, when you know better, you do better. And when I did this assessment myself, I realized that I was over in the 37 exemptions. Tax exempt, paying too much this whole time we've been married. That's $500 to $800 a month back into your paycheck when you do this correctly. So like I said, the 2021 version is totally different. So it's a lot different when you try to do it yourself. See, we were the company that's designed to help you create more cash flow. We show you how to save money. We show you how to grow money. That's what I'm going to talk about first. And then I'm going to talk about making money. How about that? So look, we're talking about tax reduction strategies, bill negotiation, debt elimination, and credit score restoration. See, all of that. And we're going to be talking about self-banking, land banking, and real estate at the end. But $79 a month gets you access to experts that lower your taxes, destroy your debt, shred your bills, and raise your credit score. Everybody needs a financial edge. And that financial edge starts off with our tax reduction strategies. See, all you have to do is upload your last 2 pay stubs and your last year's tax return. And our experts, tax enrolled agents with the IRS, will go in and see where you're overpaying and then show you how to put that money back into your paycheck. See, $500 to $600 extra a month is scientifically and economically been proven to help people from going into foreclosure or bankruptcy. Wouldn't you like an extra $200 to $600 back into your check? I don't know too many people that would say they wouldn't. Most of us want to be on a job. Most of us are in the military so we can get promoted. But when I show you how to do this with your own money, think how much more you could do with your lifestyle, both your current and future lifestyle. We also show you how to reduce taxes with home-based business deductions. See, you got to understand that when you're able to minimize your taxes through deductions, it puts you in a whole different tax bracket, which means you pay less. You pay less for everything. Think about this. All of us are on the Zoom right now. All of us have cell phones. All of us drive or move and commute somehow. The government's paying 56 cents a mile right now. The government said every time you eat out of your home, they're going to pay you they're going to allow you to deduct up to 100% of the food you eat. So if you down there in Miami and you eating up all that nice expensive food, or if you all the way in upstate New York, picking apples and having apple pies, whatever it is, if you eating it outside of the home, we're going to give you that money back because you're a business owner. That's what I like about that, because I like to eat. How many people like to eat? I like to eat. But that's not all the tax deductions, man. There's over 146 different tax deductions. So where do you fit on there? Would you like to get the money that you spending on your house back into your paycheck? Would you like the money that you're spending on your kids back into your household? See, not only that, but we go on to strategy 3, and this is where they look at your last 3 years of your tax returns, and they find out if you left any money on the table. See, we have somebody on here who's 20 years old, and she basically, when she filed her taxes this past year, the tax preparer, I'm not gonna call no names, what company it was, but the tax preparer basically gave her only they gave her only $11. Now, $11 is good if that's what you were supposed to get. That means you didn't overpay. But when she put her tax return into our experts, she ended up getting $700. That's a huge difference. That means to tell me I came to you to do my taxes and you didn't do them correctly, and I gave it to MWR and they got me $700. That's huge. That's huge. $700. That's some people's mortgage. That's a car note and then some. That's a lot of money. So you got to understand the power of our experts. And again, or lastly, tax debt relief. A lot of people don't talk about this one because a lot of people haven't witnessed tax debt. But I guarantee you, if you get with our organization and you have tax debt, this is where they go in and they do everything for you. They go in and whatever that debt is that you owe, they do all the work. They're spending all the hours to make sure that you pay only what you owe, or in most cases, I've seen somebody owe over $100,000 in taxes, and they paid an additional $700 for this service, $700 for the service, and they only had to pay $20,000 in taxes. So we're not trying to say that you need to defraud the government, but what we're saying is our experts put you in a predicament, in a situation to where you only pay the lowest amount possible so that you could do more with your own money. Again, it's about doing more with your own money. So here are a few testimonies, and I'm going to pick this thing up. We have two lovely young ladies. They were basically got $200 to $300 back into their paycheck. They're able to position themselves really well by tackling debt quicker. I know both of them personally, but when you go to the right, this is our Hurdler app. This shows you where your money is going and how you calculate your expenses. See, Mr. Charles Ivory on the right side, he spent over $47,000 in expenses. This is stuff he was going to spend anyway. Food, driving back and forth, gas. There's over 146 different tax deductions. That's that $47,000. But if you look at the top right, the green area that I'm circling, he's already scheduled to make $12,157 back in his tax return as a tax rebate. So you got to understand, a rebate is way better than a refund. I don't know too many people that's gotten $12,000 as a refund. We actually have somebody else on the line, Stanley Lay. He actually was in the business for only 3 months last year, and that was a $3,000 difference. Understand what I'm saying here? He was used to getting a $3,000 refund. Last year, this past tax season, he got a $6,000 rebate. See, he increased with the business, only working 3 months. He increased his take home from the annual taxes, $3,000. That's 100%. I'm just saying, having a home-based business puts you in a whole nother bracket. Now think about it. If he was able to get $3,000 extra by just having a business for 3 months, think how much you can have for having a business for 12 months. I don't know, that 3,600, that 36,000, all those numbers just start adding up. I know I don't do math in public too well, but I'm gonna keep moving. Keep moving. But here it is. You upload your credit reports from the 3 bureaus, and our experts go in and do all the work. No, you don't have to send out letters. They do all that for you. If you've ever been involved with a credit restoration company, it seems like you do a lot of the work where they don't do anything at all. With our company, experts do all the work. You just upload a few documents like this. You have a 19-year-old young lady started off at a 356 on the left and then ended up having a 763. We have a family affair on the right, Mr. Oliphants. They just swimming in high numbers. But I want you to pay more attention to Essence Oliphant on the far right. She went from having a 4, y'all, a 4, to having a 787. Bottom line is, when you're a 20-year-old, when you're a young person, or when you're at Clovell's age, 56, and you got an 822, he actually had an 825 now, people look at you different. You can walk into a bank and they ask you, hey, would you like a cup of coffee? They ask you, would you like, they ask you more questions because they're like, they understand your worth. Now, I understand credit score is not everything, but it governs a lot. You know, cash is king, but credit rules the kingdom. And you got to understand your credit score has a big impact over your financial situations. But let's move on. Debt. Yeah, debt elimination specialists that go in, they give you you basically put in all your debt, interest rates, who your creditors are, and they're able to go in and give you a formula to get out of the debt 3 times faster, if not half the time. See, we have I've seen a witness and a testimony of someone getting 16 years off their mortgage. Now, you know, most people they have mortgages get told for $30,000. I mean, $30,000 for 30 years. They put you in a bracket where you have to pay this mortgage for 30 years. Well, when you shave off years off of your mortgage, that's years of interest shaved. And we've seen someone, if you're talking about 16 years shaved off, he was able to save over $300,000 in compound interest. $300,000 with a $79 membership. I don't do a lot of different math problems, but $79 a month to save me $300,000, that's huge. That's a whole nother house. Nico said that's a whole nother house. That's a couple of houses depending on where you buy them at. So understand, we have specialists that do that. See, Jasmine had $30,000 in student debt, student loans. They were able to get rid of all of that in record time. She's only been in the organization and had a membership for a year and a half. A year and a half, $30,000 saved, and her credit score went up to an 804. This is a young queen in our company. Her dad, Derek, he's actually already debt free, and he's looking to be a millionaire by January 2039. That's huge. That's huge. They give you a millionaire date, they give you a debt free date, and a millionaire date. So now you have a target to focus your finances on. And then we have bill shredder. I never even knew this existed, but this is where we have certified bill negotiators that go in on your behalf and they talk to your to the people that you have business that you do business with, you know, have subscriptions with, and they lower those monthly expenses for you. See, we've seen people shave $404 to $984 to $1,400 a year. Now, Mr. Oliphant, you see on the screen, $984 on the right, saved in just his Xfinity bill. But through the course of a year, he's saved over $1,400 just with bill shredder alone. And again, you get all these for $79 a month. It's amazing. It's amazing. So, I don't know why I came back there, but let's go here. Let's talk about growing money. See, with our organization, you grow money as well. And I want to hit this at the end, so I'm going to flip this. We have a power plan, and basically it shows you how to do all these things. But at $228, one time, $119 a month, you get all those expert services, plus we show you how to make money. See, there's two different sides to this coin. There's a side where you get the tax deductions and making money, and then there's a side where you get all the experts, all the services, where they tackling all your finances from every angle and showing you how to improve for $119 a month. When we talk about making money, we get paid 4 different ways. We got daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly. See, profit sharing is quarterly. That money comes out from our company's profits and it gets paid out to you, depending on what level you're at. Residual profits come out, and that is amazing. Because if you have residual bills, you definitely should have residual income to pay for those bills. We also have bonuses. Let's talk about these bonuses. You have a leadership bonus that goes from $10 to $75 every person. See, look, let's get to the eyeballs. You got to understand this. If you went to the boss tomorrow and you've helped your company, your organization grow by 3 people, you can't tell your boss, hey, I want a $10 raise. They're going to look at you like, okay, great for bringing more people to our company, but no, you get paid whatever you get paid, that hourly wage. But with our company, you bring in just 3 more people, the company pays you $10 more. You bring in 12 more people, the company pays you an additional $20. That's huge. You're getting promoted just by sharing this information, sharing your testimony. That leadership expansion bonus comes in on a daily basis, every time. Look, let me break this down. Brian Bean, our national director, he invited 3 people and got paid $20. He invited 3 people and got paid an extra $30 the first day. By December, he was making $1,300 a day. $10 to $27 per QFD is huge when you have multiple people in your organization doing the work, sharing their testimony. But we even have presidential bonuses that start from $500 to $100,000 a day. These are those monthly bonuses. These are the ones that we get paid on the 10th. Yes, we just had a lovely payday yesterday. We actually got paid on the 9th, which was a day early. Your boss not doing that, I can guarantee you that. But we also have a luxury vehicle mortgage bonus that goes from $500 to $1,250 to $3,000 per month. See, with these two bonuses alone, you're able to buy. You don't have to buy a car, but you can pay off your mortgage with this money. You can get out of debt faster with this type of money. Mr. Charles Ivory, who you see on the screen here, he took his money and he bought a brand new 2021 truck. He didn't just buy the truck; he wrote it off as well. But that $3,000 a month for when he while he has it, it's paying the note on that. It's paying the insurance. It's paying the gas. It's paying the maintenance. $3,000 a month is a lot of money. And all he did was share his testimony with a lot of people. Brian Bean, like I was saying earlier, he also gets the $3,000, that high tier. But look, all his cars are paid for. It's not about the cars. It's about what you can do with that money. See, he turned that money into an asset in a vehicle. And I'll talk about his story later. But see, with the Extra Digit Movement, and that's the organization we're part of, we have 4 of the top $1 million residual Ring Club earners right here. Brian Bean, who I just named, National Director, the only National Director in MWR Financial. Christy Howard, top right. She's the first $1 million residual Ring Club earner female, the first female regional director, the highest paid female in the entire company, and she designed the ring. If you look over to the right and you look over $1 million, yep, I said $1 million, that ring with all them daggone diamonds in it, she designed it. Then you have Mr. Charles Ivory. He is the 5th $1 million residual Ring Club earner in the entire company. And then you have Shayna Rollins, who's the mastermind behind the Extra Digit Movement fan page, former IT specialist. She is she's just amazing. These people are real people. And we get to see them this week, y'all, in Atlanta. See, getting back to the growth stage, this is where you need to be. If you've never thought about growing your money, you just thought about creating it and making it, well, let's show you how to grow it. Because you got to outpace inflation. $5 a day is not the same as $5 in 2 years. $100,000 today is not the same in 2 to 5 years. Your money loses value over time, so you definitely want to grow it. So we have real estate, land banking, and private reserve account. This is where you're able to put your money at. Let me break it down. Our real estate strategy is where you can buy, sell, flip, and invest in homes all from the tune. Where's my phone at? From your own phone. Yeah, you do it all from your phone because the experts do all the work for you. So if you know somebody with a 580 credit score and they're looking for a place to get into a home, we do it all for you. With a 580 credit score and 3% down, we could put anybody into a home. Okay, well, they don't have that. That's okay. The company still buys the house for you, puts you in it while they position your finances through our membership. How many people you know would love that? We also have a capital contributors program to where we are able to go out, we put certain dollars down, and the company goes and flips a house for you. And you get the profits. 20%, 5%. And everything we do, Nikwa, Ms. Dees, everything we do is guaranteed. I love it. Guaranteed. Absolutely. See, when you focus on the buyer instead of the home, see, most people, when they do homes, they do flips, they focus on making the house all nice, putting marble and granite, and then you got to find somebody that's going to pay all that money for the house. See, we focus on the buyer. We already pre-qualify somebody for the house, and we let them design how that house is going to look. So they're getting what they're asking for. And then once that buyer is locked in, we go to the capital contributors, which is everybody on this line, and then we put the money up for that home. So the house is already sold, y'all. The flip is already done. They're just waiting on the ink to dry on the paper and for us to collect that money. It's beautiful.
That's good. Sounds good to me.
I know, right? It's amazing. No other company is doing it like that. And if you know any realtors out there, tell them to get with you later on today because, look, we have a certified realtor program. All they do is the same stuff they're already doing. However, they're selling the houses now with whatever company they're with. We show them how to get an extra 1% just by partnering with us and sitting in the closing. But let's talk about land banking and private reserve account. Then we're gonna get out of here. Land banking. How many of y'all know about land banking? Land banking is huge. See, this is where our company has found land in the path of growth. See, we found land in Antelope Valley, California, where Warren Buffett, I think he's like the sixth highest paid person in America right now. Warren Buffett put $2.5 billion, yeah, I said it, billion with a B, into this area. NASA, the Department of Defense, and the U.S. Olympics will also be here in this area in 2028 or 2028. So this area is prime for growing. This area is prime for growth. So we are able to get this land at retail at aftermarket. We're able to get it for 40%. I wanted to say 40%, but I wanted to use a big word. We get it for 40%. Put it like this: $100,000 plot of land, and you only pay $40,000 for it. And then when it's time to sell it, you selling it for $300,000 plus. It don't get no better than that. I mean, why would you sell it at 100? Why would you sell it at 40? We're gonna sell it at the highest market value possible. That's what Walmart does, ladies and gentlemen. See, if you ever paid attention to Walmart, we think of them as a distribution company. No, Walmart is smart when it comes to real estate. See, Walmart, if you ever pay attention, you'll see a Walmart just pop out of the sky somewhere and laying on the ground. No, just trees all around it, right? Nothing there. You're like, why did they put a Walmart there? You go back to that same spot 2 years later, and what do you see? A big old industrialized company area. Everything's built up, houses and everything. See, Walmart understands buying land in the path of growth. They understand this, and so does MWR Financial. And then lastly, private reserve account. Private reserve account. Most of us have never even been taught that you can be your own bank. Yeah, you could be your own bank. With a private reserve account with MWR Financial, we show you how to become your own bank. See, this is the account that you put your money into and you never lose it. See, with the stock market, 401ks, all that stuff is volatile. It goes up and down, up and down. With our private reserve account, when the stock market goes up, your money goes up. When the stock market goes down, your money just levels off. So you never lose it. You never have to ride the dips and the valleys with a private reserve account. Your money constantly grows. And here's what's great about it. Minimum 8%. Minimum. So you're talking about my money is already growing faster than the banks? Yeah. Whoever told you to put it in a savings account, it was good advice at the time, but it's not great advice today. My money needs to grow faster than the rate of inflation, which is at 2.5%. Your money's growing at 8% minimum. See, we've had people had private reserve accounts close out last year at 18%. When you have a bank that's growing at 18%, that means the money you have in there, your bank is growing, is doubling every 4 years. Every 4 years. That's huge. That makes you want to put more money in it. But your money grows at 8% minimum, and it never loses value. But here's the kicker. You never incur any penalties when you take the money out. You try doing that on your 401k. You try doing that with a TSP or IRA. You're going to get taxed or you're going to get penalized. And with our private reserve account, your money is never taxed. When you put money in, it's tax-free. When it grows, tax-free. When you take it out, it's tax-free. Look, you can deduct it every year off your taxes. This is an excellent strategy. We're talking about wealth principles. We're talking about the rules of the wealthy. Ladies and gentlemen, when you add all this together, you get outstanding testimonies like this. Miss Kimberly Whitfield. She used to be a United States Airman. Now she's a district director and she works a corporate job. During a transfer from one corporate job to another, she actually got an $18,000 pay cut. $18,000. That's a lot of money. But with MWR Financial, she was able to make that up to a tune of $36,000. Yes, $100 a day, $3,000 a month. You do the math. That's $36,000. So she doubled her pay cut. She positioned herself to purchase a new home with MWR just this past month. and her credit score increased from a 646 to an 800. Can you say winning? You also have another corporate executive, Mr. Chuck Harden. Credit score was already good, 750, but we got it to us at 823. So you got to understand, just because you have a good credit score doesn't mean it can't be great. Take it up a step. Take it up a notch. He's an owner of a private reserve account, and he paid off credit card and a car. Paid off. Look, this was during the pandemic. So while people were losing jobs, we were still making money and financial moves. $100 a daily guarantee. He's got a car bonus and a presidential bonus. Then we have Miss Quanta Sims. Look, y'all. Regional director, former club manager, turned MWR associate. Never did network marketing at all a day in her life. Very soft-spoken. Doesn't really get out there with a lot of people and on social media and like that. But she's been able to generate $150 in a daily guarantee, $500 presidential bonus, and $1,250 car bonus. Y'all, she paid off 3 credit cards and became debt-free in July last year during the pandemic. 612 credit score to a 781. Then we have Miss Christy Howard. Like I said, she designed the ring. She is the highest paid female in the entire company, not just in our organization, the entire company. She generated a 5-figure income within her first 8 months with our company, paid out 4 major credit cards, 809 credit score, and she is just out of this world winner. They call it Cash Flow Christy for a reason. Let's talk about this power couple, Mr. Charles Ivory and Judith Ivory, regional and district directors, the highest paid highest paid company. Woo, let me take some. I'm so excited. They are the highest paid couple in the entire company. They have the highest credit scores out of every couple in this company, and they're the owners of 2 private reserve accounts and land banking parcels. Understand this. When you talk about these land banking parcels, that's 14 acres. I know we got a lot, went through the time, but 14 acres of land. They own 2. That's 28 acres. Let me break that down for everybody on the line. Mr. Ivory recently bought, we're in Georgia, Richmond Hill area is where he just bought land. He bought 1.5 acres of land at $95,000, y'all. 1.5 acres, $95,000. Write that down, memorize it, write it in your head. $95,000, 1.5 acres. He was able to purchase, him and his wife, 2 parcels of land in Antelope Valley, California. That's 28 acres at $80,000, $40,000 each. That's a lot. I'm like, I need to get my money straight so I can hear it. When you do the comparison, 1.5 acres versus 28 acres, 95,000 versus 80,000. And you talking about California versus little old Georgia. We're not talking about Atlanta. We talking about Richmond Hill. That's huge, y'all. I just had to break that in there real quick. Those numbers, hey, men lie, women lie, but them numbers don't lie. $400 daily guarantee. They got the presidential and car bonus. And last but not least, we have our national director, Brian M. Bean, founder of the Extra Digit Movement. Went from being a college graduate to working his first 8 months with MWR Financial. $228 turned into $228,000. His daily guarantees at $500. He gets text messages at 5 o'clock to say you just earned $500. He's at a $10,000 presidential bonus and $3,000 luxury vehicle mortgage bonus. In his first year and a half, just recently, back in April, he purchased 20 acres of land in Atlanta, Georgia. 20 acres of land with his MWR business. And now he's situated between Cam Newton, Ludacris, and Denzel Washington's son. He's literally surrounded by success, y'all. We're talking about an MWR business owner. I don't know what else to say. It makes sense to partner with the right company and be surrounded by the right people. So at this time, there's only, oh my goodness, what's going on with the screen here? At this time, there's only 2 people left. And I'm gonna go. I don't know where the screen went. It just like deleted itself. There's only two people left. Somebody who says, "Hey Jason, hey Niqua, hey Maurice, I love all the information that you just gave me, but I don't want to, I don't want to make money. I want to save and grow money with the experts. I want you to give me all that support with lowering my taxes, raising my credit score, eliminating my debt in record time, destroying my bills, and building financial well-being for my family through real estate, a private reserve account, land banking. But I don't want to make money." Okay, you're number two, and that means you just want to pay that $79 a month monthly membership. I would say definitely text the person who invited you to this webinar and let them know I'm a number two. That's the question that they're gonna ask that you need to answer for them. That's all we want to know really at this point. You've seen a lot of information. It makes complete sense. Let us know what number you are. And then if you're number one, you're like, I want the make, save, and grow. I want all that stuff you was talking about. I want the experts to give me a financial makeover. You know, those makeovers when ladies go in one way with the bonnet on and everything, they come out the next way, all dolled up. You're like, who was that? That's what I want with my finances, Jason. Thank you. You're number one. What I like to say is text the person that invited you to this webinar. Say I'm a number one. I'm ready to get started right now. That's $228 one time, $119 a month. And let us show you how to get that money back by your first paycheck. See, that's amazing. So that's the two numbers. Let us know which number you are. That's the only question you have to answer this whole webinar. So Niqua, Maurice, come back up. Let everybody know what you think as far as what this company has done for you and what they need to do now. Ask us any questions. We can answer it right now. Niqua, floor is yours, ma'am.
Thank you, Jason. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the training. Thank you for the presentation. This was great. So for me personally, I don't know if you saw it in the chat. I actually finished some homework last night around midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, and I checked my email, and MWR had already texted me saying the bill shredder went back in and renegotiated my Xfinity bill. So that's 240 off right there. And I posted that on Facebook. I've been doing the debt elimination with them, and I've already paid off 2 loans. They've shaved, I want to say it says like 66% in savings on interest that they're going to get me. And the thing for me is, it's the same money I'm already using to pay debt. They didn't ask me to put anything additional down. So I'm working on my testimony with the other services right now, but I just like to say, between that, all of these tax deductions I'm able to get, because I'm always in my mobile office, aka my brand new car, that's a tax, right off this year. I, I can't help but win, Jason. So I'm definitely appreciative to you, and I'm very excited to be here.
It's been a great overview. I appreciate you having me on, Niqua and Maurice. So thank you all. Y'all have an awesome day. Have a beautiful day and stay safe. Peace.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks, Niqua. Y'all had a good
Thank
job.
you. Yes, good
Thank
job.
you.